All right, guys, welcome back to the Nice Fast channel. Say hello to our friends, Ren, Stimpy, Powder Toastman, Log TV, Choo Choo, Charlie Brown, Gimli, me and you, and Snoopy, of course. I got double Snoopy today. I got Snoopy here. I got Snoopy here. Very cool. And let's get started. There are 23 people in here. Chat was bumping. Sorry, guys. I just literally got down here. Colby Venable, Aries EDC. Hello, LB. Hello, Aries. Wow. JR Miz, channel member, is here. Keith the Knife Freak. Hello. Got his shower and he's good to go. Joe Kasparek. Wow, it's the chat is going woo. Byron Kennedy, channel member. Hello, Joe as well. JR as well. Freak Show is here, channel member and good old dude. Rusty Knife Lover, longtime channel member. Dang Ross, hello. B Shady, what's going on? Mike Curtis, also a channel member. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Goondocs is in the house. Hello. Have you always been that gray? I don't look gray. Not on my monitor. I look nice and rosy. Oh, you mean my beard? Yes, I've always, for at least 10 years, I've been this gray. Hey, Sonny Robinson, another channel member. Oh, Father EDC. Hello, Tim B is. Wait, did I see Tim B? I had to have seen Tim B. Did I not see Tim B? Wow, I did not see Tim B. So not hello, Tim B. T Fetch, hello. Keith the Knife Freak, what's up? All right. Addicted to Blades, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you, Goondocs. Maybe it's the backwards hat. Because I've noticed that when I wear my hat like this, it puts a lot of shade on my face. So, and plus I'm wearing the glasses because I still got the eye problem going on. So I figured wearing a hat backwards would help get a little bit of light on my face. That's all. Yeah, yep, I agree. Hey, Double D Tit. Hello, channel member. Jim Miller, another one. Good to see you, sir. Mrs. C is in the house. Gonzo is here. Hello. Good grief. You guys are charging in here. There's Kurt Eisen in here looking for a giant knife. What is going on? Chris Hinkle, another channel member there everywhere. I love it. Guys, your support means the world. If you're a channel member or if you're not, if you're a Patreon member or if you're not, if you're just here liking and commenting and, however you support the channel, cheers to you very, very much. I've got my tea in here. Cheers. Should I know who Fred Durst is? I probably do and just can't remember right now. Hey, Ward, what is going on, guys? We are sitting at 11,064 subs. I have been up to 11,070 and back down to 11,050 and back up to 11,070, back down to 11,050 like 5 times. So I don't know what's happening. YouTube is playing games again. Now, here is the important thing for you to know. A few announcement section. Number 1, Ben and Donnie from Jack Wolf Knives will be joining us here in a few minutes, and that is going to be fun. Man, there are so many firsts in the drop this Friday of the Laid Back Jack that it is going to be fun to talk about all the firsts, like the first wood knife, the first full titanium knife, the first Keranite knife, the first time they've done a hand rub finish on the blade. There's a lot to talk about. All right. Tyler, what Tyler's here? Is that my son, Tyler? Is he here? I don't know. I saw Hey Tyler, but I didn't see Tyler. Tyler Williams. Okay, so not my son. Hey, Tyler Williams, what's going on? Hey, Thomas McDonald. Good to see you. And hey there, Chicago 23. Very, very cool. Drink water. Hello. All right, fine. I'll drink some water. There's my name's Bill. Just Bill, that is. There might be a my name's Bill, and my name's just Bill. But anyway, hello and welcome. Thank you for being a channel member. And there is Anaso. Hello. Dangerous to be here. Might convince me to get into traditionals, then I have even less money. Yeah, well, So here's the thing. I've had a lot of people telling me that I've talked them into a lot of knives. Guys, I'm not here to talk you into purchasing things. I'm really not. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to tell you about things, and then you get to decide whether you want to purchase them. However, most of them tend to be really, really cool, and you're going to want to buy them. So that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, and I'm sorry. Hey, Bluminati, smash that like button. Absolutely. So how's everybody? Ginger Fisher, hello. How is everyone doing? Hey, Blake Schultze, what's going on? Good to see you. Tim B, there he is. I knew you'd have to be here, man. Speaking of which, before our guests get in here, I want to thank Tim, and I hope it's okay to do this. Tim, before I do this, you know what I'm about to say. Please tell me if it's okay in the chat to thank you for something. So let me know if that's okay. I think it is, but I don't want to do it without asking you. So let me know if that is okay. Jay Corskadden, hello. Okay. So, guys, Tim and I talk a lot, and it's funny. Tim knows, yeah, a lot of you do, but kind of what I like and what I don't like. And I had in my calendar about a week and a half ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago now, Spyderco second sale. I had it in my calendar. I went out to lunch about an hour and a half before, and my truck died. I ended up coasting into a parking lot, waiting for a tow truck, and I totally was riding with the tow truck, dealing with the shop, all those things, dealing with the tow company, dealing with insurance, everything else, and totally forgot the sale. And I was kind of bummed when I realized I missed it. I went and looked, and pretty much everything was gone. And one of the things I had my eyes on was gone. And Tim says, hey, I picked up a Shaman on the sale. Do you want it? And I'm like, excuse me? So, guys, I have a Spyderco Seconds Shaman. I paid Tim for it. But again, as you know, with the second sale, it's a heck of a deal. Tim absolutely did. You guys know, if you know Tim, he doesn't even like big knives. So he went out of his way to pick this up just to see if I wanted it. Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. So thanks, Tim. And he also sent me a bunch of candy in the box here, but I'm not going to eat that right now. And Justin Ohio's here. Hello, Acid Test Kids. Oh, there's Ben. Ben, you give me a thumbs up when you're ready, brother. Okay. Guys, we're going to go to Ben here in just a second. What I would like to do, well, you know what? Let's wait a few minutes. We might do the pocket check here in a few minutes, but what I'm probably going to do is just let you guys put it up, and then everybody can discuss it because I've got two guests tonight, but we'll see. Tim, I just wanted to say I truly appreciate it, man. That's all. Really, really appreciate, I'm going through some stuff. You're going through some crazy stuff, and for you to think of me like that was really cool. That's all I wanted to say. All right. We're going to bring the evil genius in charge of Jack Wolf Knives into the room. It is our friend Ben from Jack Wolf Knives.
How dare you call me a genius?
Oh, not evil, huh? The evil's okay. It's the genius part. Okay,
hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a good Monday, as good as Monday can be, right?
Yeah, it was kind of one of those, you ever have one? Well, you kind of run your own thing now, but in the past, you ever have one of these days where two meetings get canceled and you're all excited? You're like, yes, my day's going to be better. The meetings are gone, and then 4 drop in its place. So, yeah, that was today. And we had a radio transmitter go off the air and a couple other things. So, yeah, just one of those days.
I'll tell you what, I've never been a fan of meetings for the sake of meetings.
Nope. And I work at a university, so guess what happens a lot there?
Lots of
Very
meetings.
much so. Lots of meetings, and some of them are definitely for the sake of meetings. And I work basically even though I'm broadcast, TV, and radio, my department reports under IT, and IT people love meetings. Love meetings. They do.
That's the social, their social life, I suppose.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I started before you came on, and I said something that I don't think you'll disagree with. I think this is, well, aside from the first time you sold any knife, aside from that, since you've started, this is the most firsts you've had. We have our first hand rubbed satin blade. We have our first DLC coated blade. We have our first Keranite. We have our first wood. We have our first full titanium. We have our first jig titanium, all in 5 knives for a drop this Friday.
And our first re-release.
That's right. First re-release. Dang it, I missed one. That's terrible. I should be ashamed of myself. So how's that feel? First of all, let's back up for a second. You brought up the re-release. How are you feeling knowing this is already sold? I'm doing a totally, the same knife, but in different stuff. How, I guess strategy-wise and thought-wise, where are you at there?
That's a good question. I wish I could say I've spent enough time reflecting.
You and I always talk business, man. So it's
good.
It's business question.
If anything, I don't spend enough time reflecting. I'm always pushing so hard, trying to move forward. I have a bad habit of not taking the time to stop and look at the sunset,
Yep. Same here.
But now that you've sort of posed the question, I think I'm feeling no, it's good. I'm feeling really grateful, honestly, because it's a sign that I couldn't have made it to this point if the thing didn't succeed. If it sputtered out and died.
This was the original
2.
was number 2. Yep. Yeah. That's I was thinking 2 or 3. I wasn't sure. Hey, Paper Tiger.
Just to make it through the catalog to actually get to repeat something feels really good. It feels good. I feel really grateful that, people are, they're willing to support me with what I'm doing, and and ultimately that I'm leaving people satisfied. Maybe not 100% of people, but more than not.
Gotcha. So I hate to ask this question, but you just said something and I have to ask it. And you know what? This, by the way, guys, I don't ask Ben softballs. So for those of you thinking, I'm just the guy out here promoting Ben. I ask him some tough questions sometimes and he always answers them. So you just said something. You said we made it through the catalog, and I've had my eye on one that disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about the humpback?
Absolutely. Yeah, it literally disappeared. I took the time to, update a few things on my website, and I took down the humpback. That's what we're talking about. And it's really straightforward. That knife needs to be re-engineered.
Okay.
The prototypes I had, not only from Riot, but from my current OEM, the spring is like a 4,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that's not going to work. And they just built it to my CAD drawing, and my CAD drawing was flawed. So, and the way it's worked out, I've just not had a lot of time to design. So
fair enough.
I really got to go back to the drawing board, to a degree from scratch. Just thinking about it is frustrating. Now, normally what you can do on a slip joint pretty easy is just move the center pin or screw in this case closer to the pivot and reduce the length of the lever. But on the humpback, it's part that pin, the handle kind of follows where that pin is.
Right.
So if I move the pin, I have to change the handle shape, and I laid out that handle exactly how I wanted it. So I have to go in there and figure out the best way to approach that problem, and sort of got put on the back burner. Let's just say I won't abandon that design, but now that I have a team going, Donnie, who's coming on here soon, guys, he's my full-time social media master and also jack of all trades, because that's what it's like in a startup.
Yeah, correct.
And then his wife, Kim, who's working with me part-time. So I've been getting her trained up on all kinds of different administrative type tasks. Once I get them chugging, I'm going to be back designing again, because that's really what I need to be doing if I want to survive.
Understood. I've told you I've got 30 designs in a book, but I haven't drawn anything in about a month.
Yeah, so you can't do that,
I gotta get back to. I just don't have time. and my wife will tell you I don't have any time because I've got a full-time job. I've got two freelance, jobs on top of it that I do. And then I've got a knife channel, and then I've got a knife company. So it's like I'm wearing 5 hats. So I don't even know how I do it, but and I don't know how you do it. So anyway, so let's back up for just a second. I kind of, in typical KC fashion, ran down 3 trails before we even said, "Oh, hi, Ben." So real quick, guys, if you don't know what's going on, if you've been hiding in a cave somewhere, this Friday, the 18th, Laid Back Jack Part 2, as I'm saying. In other words, the re-release of, look at that, of the Laid Back Jack is coming your way this Friday, the 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern time at dealers, of course. I think we've established by now that it's at dealers and not on Ben's website. Hopefully everybody knows that. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. And guys, I think I've been tell the truth. When you asked me which one I was interested in, and I told you, were you a little surprised? This really doesn't seem like a KC knife, but it totally caught my eye.
I would have pegged you for the jig tire, the Rosewood.
Yep, me too.
But I'm glad you went with something outside your comfort zone, because that's what makes this fun. And
and there's a lot of firsts in here. Again, there's the black bolsters, the black blade, the Keranite. There's a lot to really kind of dig into, and I love that. Give me something exciting to kind of look at and play with. Guys, what in the chat, what do you guys think? Let's just focus on this purple one for a minute. What in the chat, what's the temperature of you guys, especially those of you who are traditional lovers? What is your thought on this one? Because to me, by the way, Ben, I think I told you I've got a black and purple slip coming from Troy. And I just think, to me, you pull this out in a room and show. Matter of fact, I've already done it. I went to a yard sale, and my wife told the guy that I have a knife channel. And he goes, "Oh, you have knives?" And I pulled this one out, and he goes, "Holy crap!" Like that. He was like, never seen anything like that. And he pulled out an old timer, a little wooden Stockman, an old timer. And I said, "This is what happened to the old timers. This is new timer." And he just started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I see. Love the Keranite jig tie would be my other choice. Love the purple. Looks like old school play. It's definitely not plastic. What is it, Ben? What is it?
I mean, you know what? It is plastic.
Wow. Okay. It's acrylic. So it's plastic.
And you know what? He's not wrong though, because traditional knives, they used acrylic, and I'm kind of brain dead, but they used this the hell is it called? It was like some kind of polymer like that, and the old-fashioned knives, they would gas out. So what would happen is, like the knives from the earlier part of the century in the 1900s, they had different types of, they were older formulations, and if you would like leave them in your knife case or whatever, they call it gassing out. The material would decompose, basically.
I gotcha.
So it is a traditional knife material, which I think is really cool, and GC uses it. They use all different kinds of acrylic.
Right. Yeah. So I just had the, what was that? It was in the royal blue. Cannot remember. Gorilla, if you're in the chat, help me out here. I cannot remember the name of that one you sent me. Shoot, the English Jack. Yeah. English Jack in that blue. Look at that down below, Ben. We got Lefty in the house. Are you talking about Ben and that knife, the sexy beasts? There you go. There is your Daleka salute, Kev. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. And I am super glad that your pre-order is going really well. Tell you what, Kevin, we're going to open this up and we're going to make it 3 sexy beasts just for you. What's up, Donnie?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good to see you.
Just had to add.
That's right, bro. Nice shirt.
There you go. So, Ben, if you look through the chat just a moment ago, I don't know what you've heard feedback-wise, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but it looks like the purple is hitting pretty hard. But I bet you, if I had to guess, I bet the Rosewood is the one you're getting the most commentary on. No, it's not.
It's the purple has gotten the most pulses moving.
Okay.
You know, when you're prototyping these things and getting samples and stuff, you don't really know. You know, you see it in your mind. But when this showed up, I was like, oh yeah, like that just works.
Right.
You know,
right.
I don't care if you
isn't that fun?
Like it, like the bottom line is it's just striking and it just looks good. Might not be your thing.
And I'm glad you went with the black, because if you had done this and it had just been another, satin blade or something, it would have been cool. But the black and the purple is just, that's what caught my eye.
Yeah, and it does look good because I was swapping scales on samples and stuff just to see, and it looks good. But when I put this one together, it was like, yes, that looks good. It's hard not to like this. No, it's not for everyone. But and I'll tell you what, so no one really asked for Keranite. Like this one's just kind of out of my imagination. But
that's what I was thinking. We've talked about everything, Ben. We've had these conversations on this live stream a million times, and we never mentioned Keranite. So,
well, you know what?
Go ahead.
I'll tell you where I kind of made it happen was Blade Show 2022, because that was last June. I started working on these new handle materials shortly at Blade Show. Like I was walking around that show looking for all different kinds of sheets and all kinds of different stuff, and I went to the Keranite booth and I met this dude there, Nate, who runs the booth. And I looked at that's the best thing about the show. You get to look at the material on the table, And so I got his card and other stuff that I was chasing down. And I sent multiple sheets of material off to the OEM. And so the reason it's taken this long, like it took a year people like do this, do that, do this, do that. It's like, I'd love to, but it's going to take a year before you see it,
Right.
And the first samples they sent me, like, I think they blasted it or something. The finish was awful. And I was like, who did this?
It looked real milky or something.
It was just bad, And I was like, did I need to send you a picture of what this is supposed to look like? Apparently. But I was like, you have to polish it, I'm like, you can't do this. Like, if we're going to use this, you have to polish it. And it's like, polishing takes a lot of time and costs more money. I'm like, I don't care. If you can do it, And then they sent me another one back and I was like, okay, like you're almost there, but you didn't polish it enough, like looking at it under the light.
More polish.
And then, because if you look at yours, Casey, if you look at it like by the screw holes, you can kind of see where it's sort of like they're not really crisp, like a drill went in them, like where the scale screws are.
Right.
It's kind of melted. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're talking about there. Like,
and that's because there's a dude polishing these,
That's crazy.
Yep.
So, I see exactly what you're talking about. That's kind of crazy looking.
Yep. And so when they sent me and they got it right, I was like, well, that's just stunning,
It was night and day.
And by doing it the way they did it, you didn't end up with any imperfections in it. I would be worried about like what I would call banding of whatever you're finishing it with. This is perfect. It's just
like people will be like,
I haven't dropped it yet either. Just for those that have been asking, I have not yet dropped it.
It says on their website that it's resistant to chipping. So they're making the claim for whatever it's worth. I guess we're gonna know because it has no bottom bolster. So if you do drop it, it's gonna take quite the hit.
Yep.
But they do make pistol grips out of it, and the material's been around for a really long time. So it's, it stood the test of time, and it's beautiful. Like, guys, I will tell you right now, it looks better in person than on any video or picture because it's just got this crazy depth and like iridescence.
Yeah, and then once it hits the sun, it's just like glows.
Yep. Donnie got the one with the tree knot in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I don't know if you, I don't I don't know if you you probably didn't see this today, but Caviso announced. You want to talk about wild handle materials?
Who's Caviso?
Caviso is what used to be Drop.
Oh, okay, like Mass Drop.
So yeah, it used to be Mass Drop. It's now, but they have something called. Hold on, let me get the right. Dark Matter Glow. Have you seen this one?
I saw it at Blade Show.
It's green.
It's glow in the dark. Like the swirls
it's
glow in the dark.
Yeah, sorry, my stinking light is blowing it away, but it's like this ridiculous black with this it says like Green Goblin to me or something, man. It's that's on an M4 fixed blade, a Lion Steel M4 fixed blade. So it's pretty crazy looking. They announced that today, and I'm just like, wow. Here's a better picture. There it is.
When does that thing drop?
Let's see. I'll have to. Oh, come on, get the glare off of there, KC. But it says, let's see, M4 and Dark Matter, the first launching today in limited quantities. Link in the bio. So nice. Apparently it launched today. So let's see. Is it still there? Is the question. Yeah. In stock, ready to ship. So, yep. $189. Really interesting to say the least. But I just brought that up to say there's so many crazy handle materials out there.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. You have more confidence when you get to actually pick it up and look at it. And handle it and whatever else. And again, like you did, do some testing with it. There you go. Yeah. Tim put the link up if anybody's interested in checking that one up. So thanks Tim for checking that. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty striking. When I saw that one, I was just like, wow. All right. So let's I was going to talk more about the laid back, but Donnie's here now. Donnie, this guy made you like pull your family up and move across. And you're in some crazy hot, terrible place called the desert. No, I'm just kidding. And you got to work with Ben every day. What were you thinking, man? No, I'm just kidding. It must be a lot of fun. Seriously, it must be a lot of fun.
No, it is great. Yeah, it was actually really funny. They had like the world's best June, I guess is what I heard here in Phoenix. It was beautiful. And I showed up like July 1st, and then we had like 28 straight days of over 110.
See what you did?
He's literally bringing the heat.
Yeah, bringing the heat. That's awesome, man. Well, we wish you the best, and we're glad you're there. It's been fun talking to you and collaborating with you a little bit. So very, very cool. And speaking of which, guys, I'm just going to time for a quick advertising break, Ben. If anybody's interested, there are absolute massive amounts of Tempest Knives microbursts available at tempestknives.com. Not really. There's quite a few left, but not that many. And check them out. These are the two varieties. They're both still available, and there will be more. There were some with some QC issues that I sent back, and I am waiting to get those back. And then, of course, closing Wednesday night at midnight is the Jetstream pre-order. Now, guys, we are funded. As a matter of fact, I did a recount last night, and my last count was a little bit off. We were at about 149 sold, which is pretty sweet. And pretty happy with that for sure. And we are closing the pre-order Wednesday night. So if you want to get in at this price, it's your last time to do so. It will go up at least $10, maybe more. I haven't decided yet. In reality, I mean, costs are changing on me as we speak. As we're getting to the final, the costs are kind of tweaking a little bit. So it may go up even a little bit more than I had planned, but we shall see. So yeah, don't forget about that. There's your little sales pitch. Donnie and Ben got to spend some time with the Jetstream. Very cool.
It's a sweet.
What'd you guys think? We'll just put you on the spot. There you go.
Oh, no, it's great.
Casey.
Very cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's my first kind of higher end, again, it's $130. So it's not, way up there like a lot. It's titanium and 154, so I'm pretty happy with it, and can't wait to get them out to folks. That's my big thing. So just get it done and move it along. So
what's the?
It's got a good What's that?
Go ahead, Donnie.
I was just saying it's got a sweet handle on it. It's really full feeling, and that lockout, like when you release it, oh man, it like just fires out.
Oh yeah, and it just wants to go away. It doesn't. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I know. I dig it, man. It's I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of a KC blade shape. I know it's a fairly traditional spear point, but at the same point, I kind of have this arc going up here just to sort of cradle your thumb, and there's going to be jimping all the way out to here. Ben, what were you saying? ETA on them?
Yeah.
So I ordered about 2.5 weeks ago, I think, and they told me 60 days. We also had the same 60 to shipment to me. So I've been saying 75 days. And, it just depends. I said the same thing with the microburst, and there was about a 3-week delay at the factory with a heat treat issue. And we had a little delay there. So hopefully it won't be one of those. I think we're definitely learning each other and amping up our communication really well. I think when you're on your third knife with an OEM, you start to learn how to communicate better. How to make sure you're getting all the answers you want. So I think we've done a little bit of that. So that's pretty good.
Cool.
So all right. So next thing, Rosewood. So there's you and I talked in the past. We've talked about desert ironwood. We've talked about Coca-Cola. Why Rosewood? And by the way, before I say that is freaking gorgeous.
It's cool because the colors range from like this orange to like almost chocolate brown and everything in between,
Yeah, look at his is totally different.
Yeah. Why Rosewood? Well, the easy answer there, KC, was just availability.
Okay.
I've been asking them about sending wood over there because so first of all, it had to be like if they offered me something that was not a dense hardwood, I probably would have passed. But Rosewood is a common species. I'm sure it's from China, would be my guess. And
right.
I prototyped it.
That satin is beautiful, Donnie. Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I prototyped it and I was happy with the stability. Like truth is it's wood. They may shrink down fraction of a millimeter, it just kind of is what it is. I hope people can live with that if it happens to their knife. Like, got to remember it's not carbon fiber, but all in all, I thought the way it behaved was reasonable, the pieces I had, and I'm in a very dry climate. So anyway,
right.
I was like, yeah, like Rosewood will work, let's try it out. We got to see how these do before I go gaga on wood, not only in sales, but also in performance. So now when they sent me like a few pieces, it's like communicating with your OEM, right? Like they had some of these that were so poorly matched from front to back. And I was like, oh, that's not going to work. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I don't think you understand the consumer's expectation. I'm like, you have to make an effort to match these the best you can. And if there's pieces that don't match, you have to scrap them. And they're like, but that's wasteful. I'm like, I don't care. I'll pay for it. Like someone spending $300 on this.
Yeah, you can't. Right. Exactly.
They want them to be reasonably matched, And so it's like, it's why you can't rush into things when you're doing this kind of stuff. If I would have just like, oh yeah, send me a picture of the rosewood. They send you a picture of a slab of rosewood. It's like, yeah, it looks good. Run it. All of a sudden you get, 100 knives that look like ass, and
they're right.
And they have a poor finish and all that. So Rosewood because they had it, Rosewood because it's stable,
Right.
I went through
And
painstaking.
the grain looks ridiculous.
Dude, and they vary like crazy from knife to knife.
Yep.
Like that's what's cool. And I think guys that are drawn to this hopefully have a decent understanding of what to expect. Because with
I would think so.
I hope so. With fat carbon, the reason you buy fat carbon as a carbon fiber, not only because it looks good, but the uniformity is like excellent. So you can pretty much rely on, no duds, So I was really beat it into their head. I'm like, use as many pieces as you have to use to get these things to match, and let's get the finish right. Because just like the Keranite, you should have seen the finish they sent me on the very first ones. I was like, well, doesn't look right, guys.
Yep. Had to keep working on. All right, let's take a quick break to say hello to some people. Ed Harrison in the chat. Dean Griffin, thank you for the kind comment. Mrs. C, if I didn't say hello to you, hello. Michael Morgan, I know I haven't said hello to you, so hello, sir. T-Fetch, hello. Guitar fretboard oil for Rosewood. That's interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about. Go ahead, Casey.
Okay, go for it. No, go. I just was saying, Kurt Eisen, hello as well. So hello to everyone in the chat. Wanted to make sure everyone felt welcome. And if I don't get your comment right away, it's because we're trying to talk here, but we'll definitely take some breaks here and make sure we say hello. And speaking of which, Mattisfaction, Shane Corson. Well, hello anyway. What was that? We just got a compliment for Donnie, so I got to see what that said. Donnie, you're a very good photographer, says.
Oh, yeah.
Says Shane Corson. Very good. Talented
Appreciate
photographer.
That, brother. Appreciate that.
Nick
I'm trying to learn every day.
There you go. Yeah, lighting is where it's all at, man, and it's tough. Hello, Will. Hello, Pedro. So if whoever else I missed, if I missed you, thank you so much for being here. There are 72 of you here. Really appreciate it. Wanted to definitely take that break. All right, go ahead, Ben.
So he mentioned guitar fretboard oil, which guitar fretboards are made out of rosewood, cocobolo in a lot of circumstances, which basically is a rosewood as far as I know. But if anybody is interested in buying one of those, we can do some do's and don'ts. Like, don't rub that down with rubbing alcohol on your rosewood. I wouldn't recommend that. And do keep it hydrated and protected. I've been using, I would recommend, well, there's a number of products, but products I've used that I can recommend just based on the fact I've used them. I like waxes. Wicked Wax, Fred, he's in our Facebook group. His wife.
I've heard Wicked Wax a lot. Yep.
It's a great product. It's a beeswax product, and it's excellent. And the other one is good old-fashioned Renaissance wax. It's called Renaissance wax, or Ren wax, people call it. And it's from the UK. It's not cheap, but a can of it's going to last you like literally a lifetime. And that's what I used on this one. I put just like a little dab on my finger, rubbed it in until it didn't feel slick anymore. And I am super happy with the results of that.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I had the Wicked Wax was at my house, and I had the Ren Wax at work, and I was just like, oh, let me hit this real quick before I head off for the weekend. And, maybe once a month, just kind of condition it. Should give you a lifetime of service.
Hey, Richard Kaufman and Tori Casey, Rewind. Hello. Thank you, Tim. Tim B's hooking you guys up as always.
Yeah.
And there is JD for EDC. Hello. Lots of folks here. Now, that one's got the hand rub finish.
Yeah.
And as you guys can see, that is crazy beautiful.
Yeah, they did a really good job with these. Like, it's really even, really deep. You don't see any grind lines from the manufacturing. Like, not everybody loves this finish, but it's very classy. And
I would say when it comes to satin, that's my favorite. That's my favorite satin. That's just me, but I know everybody's different, but I think it's gorgeous.
I struggle to pick which one I like better. I think, fortunately, I like them both a lot. I like the belt satin, and I really like this hand satin.
Well, I'll tell you, Ben, this is what's happening to me lately, because I'm not usually a big satin guy in a lot of cases. So, all my knives so far have been stonewash. but I shipped it off now today. But I got the Devo Stout V2 in with the belt satin that they did on that. It just jaw dropping, just
Really?
absolutely beautiful satin with in the hollow grind. It is just sick looking to me. So I don't know. I think I like them all. And there is your, as Ben calls it, plain Jane.
Yep, that's plain Jane.
Titanium. Plain Jane.
This is the one I'm actually the most curious about.
Okay.
Because it, relative to these other ones that have a lot of pizzazz, this is plain Jane, just plain Jane. But like, there's always such a demand for good old fashioned blasted titanium in the knife game. I'm just curious who's, if there's going to be people stepping up to buy this one. And it's just got that minimalist vibe, and it's cool.
Very much. Yeah. And I personally, it makes it just different for me, just even with the triple flutes there, just kind of sets it off. I think it looks pretty cool. Mrs. C, thank you for being here, whether you're the only woman or not. And then JR says there's another woman in here known as Matisfaction. So the shots have been fired, ladies and gentlemen. Matisfaction, you going to put up with that, my friend? Oh, good grief. He's going to come show up at Ben's house and get on the stream. Start yelling. I don't know. Yeah, better bring dinner. Exactly. And that's what I was about to say. I mean, to me, obviously, I think I would have chosen the jig. Now, I like that pattern. It's like I don't know what you call that particular pattern, but that to me is kind of more random than some of them, and I really like the look of it.
Yeah, I was really pleased with how it came out. I sent him a bunch of pictures, of different traditional knives, kind of what I was looking for. And yeah, this one we did the jigging with the hand satin. So this one's a little more bougie,
bougie.
Yeah, a little bougie.
All right. So now that we've covered all the rest, we'll let Tim ask the next question. So Tim says, so Ben, with all the new handle member materials, why the rerun? Now, was there fat carbon at this point?
There was. There was one jungleware.
Okay.
There was one.
So you haven't done it in this. Hey, no, Kelly Weaver.
Yeah. And I didn't want to, I guess two things going on there. No, I guess I'm just trying to remember what I was thinking. I think my rationale was I didn't want to completely bail on carbon fiber. Like, guys have come to love it.
Because you're gonna have more of it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I really like it, So, yeah, I just wanted to dial it down, and I wanted to bring these finishes out 3 months ago. Like, I'm trying to think. I was hoping to have these finishes out like before Blade Show. They took way longer than I was expecting for some of this stuff. But that's just a function of things take longer than you expect, and it's been really busy, since Blade Show 2022. Is all the tie cheaper? No,
all the prices are the same, right? Is that
the way it kind of worked out was some of these cost more, some of these cost a little less. I don't want to adjust my prices by $5 here, $7 here. It's like, I don't like nickel and diming. It's like, I could have justified higher prices on some of these models or variants, but I'm just like, it's just $300. Pick the one you want for $300. Like, I might make a little more on the plain Jane and a little less on the DLC with the purple, but like, it's $300,
Yep.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. All of them are $300, and that could weigh into what you decide to get, guys. I mean, it's up to you. I hear where you're coming from, Ben. It's tough, man, because these prices, I'm sure, could have been all over the place.
They could have been. But I just kind of looked at it as a whole, and I was like, some of these, and it's like, it's a matter of like a handful of dollars. It's not like some big swing. The time on the mill to do this versus this it's almost the same. Like they're just hogging out of pocket for this thing. So I guess what it boiled down to me was I felt like I was nickel and diming by trying to tweak these prices just because of the change in the marginal change in manufacturing costs. I was like, it's confusing.
Understood.
Yeah. And I think
it would definitely be confusing to people because, like you said, I mean, to me, what has been the most shocking thing is how tiny little changes can sometimes make a pretty big difference in pricing, and you don't want to slap people in the face with it.
But yeah, and you know, that's just the thing. If these there's a threshold where like if my costs increase by a certain amount, I've got to charge more. It's not like for every dollar I get cost increase, I've got to charge $1.50 or whatever. Like I don't look at things that way. I mean, maybe some people do, and they're just super focused on the margins. And it's just like, these are $300. If I can charge $275, I'll charge $275. If I have to charge $325, I'll charge $325. But if I can meet my goals and charge $300, that's where we're at. Like if these were cheap enough that I could charge $275, I would, because more people will buy them at $275.
Right.
You know, there's no doubt in my mind, but I couldn't do that on these. There wasn't enough of the delta.
Understood. And by the way, I was asked a bunch in my unboxing if the coating, which I don't understand, I've never had this problem really, if the coating affects the cutting performance, and the answer is absolutely not.
No,
it doesn't in any way, shape, or form. It's except now getting stuff all over my keyboard. But no, it does not. So
no, it
I think
will.
the only thing
go ahead.
It will mark up. Yeah, it will mark up.
Yeah, it would definitely mark up.
Yeah, but I think some guys will even use it's like there's an eraser you can use on DLC, if I'm not mistaken.
Magic eraser.
Magic eraser, that's it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. So Anasso says, what are the pros and cons of a sway bag? Now, Ben, guys, for those of you that don't know, before Ben started making knives, he's been a slip joint collector. So he's the right guy to ask this question to. So Ben, what do you think?
Well, okay. So if you Google swayback jack and look at some of the variations of this design, you'll see they vary quite a bit. A lot of the time they have a very not a pretty dramatic curve to the back. Now, if you have a knife that has that really dramatic curve to the back, it's really good in like this pruning grip, you know, or like doing this with the blade facing your body, the cutting edge facing your body.
Yep. Yeah, my dad.
And for like whittling, it's really good for whittling, just getting in there. But also remember, like, there's that limits the utility of that knife to a degree, I think. But it's still an iconic look and an iconic pattern. So I wanted to reinterpret it and make it a little more user friendly for, I think, like today's guy carrying a pocket knife to do everything throughout his day. So I took a lot of the swoop out of it. And just, it's there. I mean, the swoop is there. Like if you lay it on a table, you'll see daylight underneath it, you know. But I wanted this to be much more neutral so that you can have it in your standard grip or you can flip it around and be satisfied. But it really shines in that, what'd you call that? Like a pruning type action?
Yep.
You know, like cutting a banana or an apple or something.
Yeah, my dad used to cut apples that way. That's how my dad always cut. I'm like, you're going to cut your thumb off, you know, but he never did.
Dude, he cut so many apples. He ain't cutting his thumb off.
Yeah, his thumb wasn't going anywhere. So JD wants to know, have you considered different vendor with maybe more budget material to help you get more folks in the game?
You know, that's a great question.
You've gotten it before.
So, yeah. But it's an interesting aspect. He said another vendor. The way I like to do business is like I'm loyal to a fault sometimes. Like I'm not trying to have projects with other OEMs as long as my needs are currently being met. You know, I believe in the importance of relationships. They're really important to me. So the way I would approach that project is to try to come up with that type of thing with my current OEM and give them a chance to get it right. Now, if they can't do it, then okay, I gave you a chance. Can't do it, I can go somewhere else to try to get this project done. And I think a lot about having price segmentation. You know what I mean? And it's just developing that kind of project is easier said than done. So I think there's a lot of demand for it. And I would ultimately say, like, if that's what you guys are looking for, you just got to tell me. Because the more I hear something, the more I just want to like do it to you're like, all right, you've asked me 20 times. Here it is. And it's like, no, you don't have to ask me again. I got you. Done.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting proposition. Definitely to at some point to maybe see you do one of your models in some kind of, a lesser steel or some other kind of thing that would bring the price down, and see if people see. That's guys, what you don't understand about this is sometimes you'll get what you think is a nice group of people telling you something, and then you'll go do it, and maybe you didn't really hear it right, or there wasn't enough people. Right. So it's tough. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's
hey, careful, man. Careful.
Yeah. Oh no. Double D10 says definitely cheaper options. I mean, seriously, if you guys want to sound off that you'd be interested, because I know there are people in this chat that have said they would love to get one and just haven't been able to swing it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I get it.
I mean, truth be told, it's probably, God, I mean, it's top 3 most asked for things. So I hear you guys loud and clear, and it's a big development project, because the way I look at things, like I overthink everything. So it's not just the knife. It's okay. If it's successful, it warrants a product line. Okay. So if you're having a product line, what is the goal for that product line? How does it fit in with the brand? How does it fit in with the existing products? How is it marketed? How is it, you don't want to cannibalize what you've worked so hard to create, so how do they coexist? Things like that. And obviously you'll lose some guys who don't want to pay 300 anymore, but hopefully you pick up, for everyone you lose, you pick up 2 who were never going to spend 300, but that means if you're going to do that, you have to put a tremendous amount of thought in the message, the presentation, the product, and where it fits. And guys, that kind of thing requires a lot of thought,
Yep, it does.
A lot of thought. You got to marinate that kind of idea in the back of your head. I
agree.
Months.
Yeah. JD suggests 154. And I think I've asked you this next. 154 CM's great. That's what's going to be on the Jetstream. I think I've asked you this before, something like that. Or would you lean, if you did something lesser, maybe towards like a 1095 or something like that to make it more traditional, or would you stay away from that?
I don't know, Casey. There's 2 things to consider there. One, what's available to me. Right. I mean, that's a big
and thing. Probably over there, 1095 is going to be hard to get.
Availability and price, and then performance. So like, and you guys got to remember, of all the guys that own knife companies, I am not the steel nerd. I'm like the least steel nerdy of all the guys you're going to talk to, because I'm a slip joint guy. I basically had knives in 1095 and CPM 154. That's
right.
The customs are all CPM 154 or RWL, whatever it is. That's the European equivalent.
RWL 34, right?
Yeah, it's either that or it was 1095. It's pretty much it. And then I had Chris Reeves at S35VN, which, they were still using when everyone was shouting about it's outdated, So I don't know, man. And that's just more homework for me to do. Now I got to figure out, I got to learn all these. I don't even want to say budget. It's not the right word, because to me, a budget steel is like less than 440C, like people laugh at 440C. Like 440C is a great steel that does great at cutting open the next Amazon box. I'll tell you that much. It'll do just
there you go. Well, I mean, and
my knife opens my knife box. That's what it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, my unboxing knife was made by Keith here in the chat, and this is from a Ford F-150 spring. So whatever that steel is. I don't know. So that works. That's what I open packages.
I want to read Derek. Put up Derek's comment.
Okay.
Not that far up from current. You'll see it.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. So Derek, I totally hear what you're saying. And like, it's a perfect world scenario, but that's why it's almost impossible. I can tell you right now what you're asking for.
Yeah, especially with his last comment, with his very last comment
sub
there.
200 with the
packaging the same.
With dealer distribution is like, it's damn near impossible. Like, you won't get the same fit and finish. And that's what I won't compromise on. Now, you could get something that's made an entirely different way from another OEM, something that's stamped, but not all CNC made and hand fitted. And I think that's probably a bridge too far for me right now, would be to not have that same level of construction. You know, that would be where I would draw the line. Like, we have to have the same level of construction. We can save money on materials. We can save money to a degree on packaging. Because the packaging, I don't think you guys realize, like, that stuff's not cheap. Like, to buy a cloth like that from Chris Reeves charged $15 for one of his cloths. You go on his website right now, it's $15. I think my cloth is as nice as his, you know? And you also, like, what's a leather slip cost? Like, you cannot get a decent leather slip for under $20 delivered, you know, maybe somewhere, but so you got $30 worth of stuff just in your packaging, and that's before the metal tube.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the tube, the artwork, paying the artist.
Yeah, the artists don't come cheap, guys. So, you know, you got a couple bucks per can and just the art. So, you know, as I'm sitting here brainstorming, it would be, that would be a place to save some money. Now, does that mean I just throw it in a white cardboard box? No, right? Like, that's not my style. So now I got to figure out a more cost-effective way to give you the customer experience without spending as much money. And I'll tell you what, I can't remember who said this to me, but it was a really interesting thing to think about. Like, when you have no budget and you want to design something, it's not that hard to design something amazing, because like, you're just going for whatever you want. But if someone puts a budgetary constraint on you and now you have to come up with something that's extremely impactful, that's really hard to do, you know, because it's easy to like buy expensive materials to make it impressive, or for example. But in order to, if you have to be creative with what's available to you at less financial resources, that's an interesting challenge. And frankly, it's a challenge the more we sit here and talk about it, the more I'm getting excited to figure it out, honestly.
There you go.
Because I think
you guys just gave him a challenge.
But I don't think it would be under $200, just being very straightforward with you right now. That would be tough.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I sorry to run, but I got an appointment to get ready for. So appreciate you having me on, KC.
You're good, Donnie. I appreciate you. Sorry I didn't ask you enough questions, but I appreciate you chiming
I'll
in.
be around. All right, I'll be around.
Yeah, very good, man. I'm glad to have you here, and we'll definitely have you on again. I got Ben pretty much every month, and you're welcome anytime, my friend. So
can't wait. We'll do it again, man. We'll do it again.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
All right.
See you guys.
So Ben, there is.
Yep.
Let me get him. Hold on, I got you, man. See ya. So there's also good news, is that the artist in my family loves this art. She's
good.
Ashlyn is totally she didn't, when I told her that you were trying somebody else, she said, but I like the other guy's art. And I'm like, yeah, but let's wait and see what this looks like. And she saw this, she's like, that's good.
Yeah,
it's different and it's cool.
Yeah. I'm glad.
The guy does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, for Pete's sake.
His stuff is super cool, man. Some
Sugar Skull stuff I saw that was really cool. Yeah, he's got some cool stuff.
He has like his own published so he's Mexican dude here in Phoenix. His name's Jay Gonzo. His real name's Jason Gonzalez, but he just goes by Gonzo, really. That's just what people call him. And he told a funny story how when he was in elementary school, like there was like 5 Jason Gonzalez's or something like that, or there was like 5 Jasons, because it was that era where everybody was naming their kids the same names, you know. And so he just got the nickname Gonzo because his last name was Gonzalez, so it stuck with him his whole life, for what that's worth.
That's right. I was laughing at Laura's comment.
Yeah,
here.
around $100. So just go rob Blade HQ. You can have a bunch of them for free.
Oh,
well, I met him. Where did I meet him the first time? So I went to the comic convention here in Phoenix just to meet artists, because I'm making my life hard. Like, instead of just sticking with one artist, I've got this plan of rolling through artists. So I'm like, I got to get a list of these guys going and showing them all my cans. And like, most people go to the comic convention to buy comic books or get a signature. And I'm like trying to get people to do jobs,
Right.
So I met him.
He's headhunting at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, are you interested in hearing about a potential job? Like, huh? Super awkward. But I met him there and I really liked his style. Like, he has this almost like, I don't know, Mexican style, and he has a self-published comic book, and the protagonist is a luchadora, which is like the Mexican wrestlers who wear the masks.
Okay.
So I got to talk to him and I liked everything he had to say. And I bought I don't know, 4 or 5 of the books, like the series, like a mini series. And I was like, this is really cool. Like, the way he uses colors, the way he draws everything. It's like, it's uniquely his. And that's what I like. So I met him again a year later at another comic convention I went to here. And I just got a good feeling for it. So I was like, because it's a big commitment, dude. It's like, several jobs. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Showing off some of his stuff. Yeah, it's just freaking crazy, man. I was like, all right.
I met him for coffee. We talked about everything. And I like that he's local so I can meet him.
Right. He definitely has a style.
He does.
That's
him
correct.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That dude. See, there's the luchadoras, the Mexican wrestlers. If you go up a little bit.
Yeah, here's one.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, he's Phoenix. He's got a different style from Sean. It's kind of got like a Mexican vibe to it, like a Latino vibe. I like it. It's fresh. It's funky. And yeah, I look at that yellow, like what do you call that? Like a Mayan looking thing. Like that's
very cool. Mayan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashlyn was. I sent her his stuff, and she was just digging it. Totally different than what she does.
Totally different, right?
But she really enjoyed.
My goal for the third artist is to find someone who's different again.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you'll like. Cool, I mean, we've completed 3 pieces of art. That's one of them, and so I'm really happy with everything so far.
I don't know why I put it away. I can't show it again if I put it away, but yeah, I mean, to me, it's just got a cool vibe to it. And you know what I think is cool about that, Ben, is you did a laid back with Sean. So it's like, I don't want to say it, Sean got his chance. That's not what I meant, but it's cool to see somebody else's spin on the same character with the same, with a different vibe.
Every artist will get to do every knife once.
Yep.
So there will be a Sean Tiffany set. There will be a Jay Gon. I mean, unless someone quits on me and I got to break the streak. You know what I mean?
I love the sun too. That's so cool.
I just I'm always looking for someone who has a style that resonates with me. And therefore I have to think that it's going to resonate with my audience.
All right, Tim's trying to hook you up, Tim. I mean, Ben, there you go. We can get the costume. There'll be a whole set of Tim B stick figure Jack Wolf.
I'll tell you what, Tim, work one up. Maybe we'll do a sticker drop.
There you go. Oh, I know somebody that can hook you up, Ben. I got an artist for you. She's working on a couple of things right now that I was just like, yeah, but her stuff is geared heavily anime. She's just got that kind of vibe going on in her stuff, and I'm pretty proud of what she's doing. But yep, maybe we'll have a bunny tonight. I haven't heard from her. She's in hiding somewhere. So
I'll tell you what, man, like I like doing stuff like this. So I mean, does she do the stuff she does? Does she sell her stuff? Like what does she do with her art? Does
she wants to. She has not gotten to the point that she has done that yet. Hold on. She wants to. She just doesn't even know how to start with it, and I'm not much help in the art world. I'm trying to get to her Instagram.
Does she draw digitally, or is it always by hand?
She is now. She finally I helped her a little bit, and we just she's got an iPad now, so she is just now drawing digitally
On Procreate.
Yes, and my story. You guys are probably already there. There it is. So I'll just show you some of her recent stuff on here if I can make it work. What the heck?
Does she use Instagram?
Yep. Yeah. So this is My Starry Design Co. is what. So this is a lot of it's sketch, but you can see this is the first digital one that she's put up on Instagram.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
She's got a bunch more. This is a character from one of her animes, but what she does is she puts her own spin on the character. So it's not usually something she's seen of the character. She puts her own spin on the character, but you can see most of these are hand drawn. She's just literally just got her iPad and just hasn't put a lot of the digital stuff up yet. But trust me, I've seen a bunch. She's kind of a perfectionist. She doesn't want to post anything until she gets it where she wants it. So, but yeah, she's trying to learn how to do it. And she's actually, people on here have been asking her to do stickers and different stuff. And she did one for my channel so far. So we're gonna try to get her off the ground with doing some stickers and different stuff like that. See what we could do.
A lot of pressure for a kid. It's different when.
Yeah, I've seen your messages, T Fetch. I'm definitely not ignoring you. I've sent them to her and she's been reading them for sure. So definitely we're working on it. It's just she's also in college and also working. So there's just a lot going on. So, but we'll get there. She's definitely very talented. Go ahead, Ben. I'm sorry. I mean,
I was just, if she ever wants to sell me a sticker design,
absolutely.
I do a run of stickers, and I don't have to resell them. I can just, when people like we did the leather slip drop here recently, right, with Troy,
right.
And so it's like, well, it'd be cool to throw in as little freebies for people,
That'd be cool. Yeah. Okay.
But I'd be down to help her get her brand out there, or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll talk to her about it. She would definitely do it. She's just trying to juggle. She's like her dad. She's like all over the place.
Yeah.
So she's just got to get her head together and get it going. But no, I mean, very cool double D tent. So I'll show you, Ben, if I haven't before. This is the bunny sticker she did for the channel. And so it's the killer bunny. And the only real issue there is obviously that the red type turned out once we printed it actually looked fine on the iPad. But once we printed it, the red type kind of disappeared. So she's already learned from that. She's already redone it. But yeah, I mean, look at that bunny. I mean, he's cool. So
nothing comes out right the first time. Like, let's face it.
Oh, hey, Big Red. What's up, man? Everybody say hello real quick before he has to run away to Big Red. Big Red to 10K, guys. If you are not subscribed to JB, please run to Big Red EDC on YouTube and let's keep moving him forward. Thank you for your super chat. There is your Daleka salute, Mr. Red. Good to see you. That's my guy right there.
He's the man.
A blanket hello and goodbye. He's working like 12-hour days straight through. So yeah, he's been working till 4 a.m. his time. So yeah, lots of fun, I'm sure. I don't know how he does it.
He's used to it.
Yep. Yeah, Big Red drops in, drops a tenner, and heads out. Yep. It's back to work. Yeah. Gotcha. So yeah, really cool. Yeah. So anyway, I didn't mean to digress on all that, but she's definitely trying to get it rolling. So very, very excited. And I just asked her if she's bringing down a bunny. I always keep, guys, I made her draw an extra one. I won't show it to you, but there's a spare killer bunny. So if she forgets tonight, I have one. So we're good. But I know she's getting ready for college to start next week. Year 3 for her. So
cool. Yeah. I don't know. She's you know, there's a lot of, I guess what I'm trying to say here is it takes a combination of determination and talent, right? Does she know what is she in the mindset of wanting to be a professional artist, or like what's she going to school
Lord,
for?
Ben, I wish I knew the answer to that. She's doing so at the university she's at, she's taking a major called interdisciplinary studies. So she's, if you're familiar with that, it's sort of like a pick and choose. So she's doing art, she's doing digital art, she's doing medium, like actual clay and different stuff art. She's doing some she had originally gone into being an art teacher, and then that just wasn't for her. So I think art is definitely what's on her mind at this moment in time, and trying to do something with it. And her mom kind of pushes her on it like every day, because she's way too talented to kind of let it go, if you know what I mean. So yeah, a Jack Wolf bunny. There you go. I don't know how you do a wolf bunny. That sounds fun.
You just have to give it a snout, some teeth. I don't know. She can figure it out.
She can do it. There you go.
You don't want me to draw it, that's for sure.
Yep.
Well, Casey, my daughter, she's younger than your daughter. My daughter is 13, but she's art inclined also. I mean, she doesn't do sports really, but we, instead of like the money we would be putting into sports, we have a artist come to the house every week to give her a private art lesson for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they get to do watercolors, they do clay, they do this, they do that, they do acrylics, they do charcoal. Awesome, and she's probably a lot like your daughter, just likes doing that stuff. But I don't have my daughter coming to me every day like, hey, Dad, how can I make money doing this? Help me sell these things. Like, that's not what she's thinking about. She just wants to be creative,
Right. And that's literally what we fought with for the longest time, because it wasn't about making money to her. It's about the art. And so now she's finally starting to grasp, hey, people are really interested in this. I could do something with it. So
it's hard to wrap your head around, especially when you put so much emotional energy into something and creative energy, and you worry about if people are going to like it or not, and like people are, artists are vulnerable. So it's tough. I can appreciate her position because I see it with my own kid, Will we see Ultima on a future model? I'm interested in it. Like, if you guys want it, just let me know. Are you guys cool? What's the feeling on Ultima? You guys like it?
I mean, I don't like the color of it, but I like the potential of it, if that makes any sense. I've seen it milled so well, like nice banding and different milling patterns in it and stuff, and that kind of excites me, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I just wish it wasn't freaking yellow.
Yeah.
But that's just me. There she is. I just saw it. Well, I thought I saw her pop in. There she is. And that's even more confusing, because her Instagram used to be Ginger Snail, and now it's that My Starry Design thing, and now she's Ginger Snail in here. Yeah, there's one of her art pieces in her. Now, I'll tell you, she's into gaming, Ben. So she's making these, Ashlyn, what are they called? It's basically where people can use them in the game. But that's what kind of like this character is right here, and she's making her own character. Ash, is your character somewhere where I can show it?
Are you talking about sprites?
She would have to tell you what they're called. I don't know. She tells me, and it just kind of goes. But I don't think it's sprites. Maybe that, but that doesn't sound right. I think Ultim. I think Ultim is cool if you're using its transparency to show off something below. Besides that, I'd rather have G10, says Dang Ross. Interesting perspective. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of its strong suits, is that it's transparent. There's not a lot of polymers that are appropriate for knife handles that are transparent like that. So it's kind of one of its strong suits.
Kurt, if you haven't noticed, Kurt's in here every time you're here, just pounding ginormous knives. He really wants Jack the Ripper folding bolster lock. You can do this. I got it.
I hope you mean 5-inch handle and not blade.
Yeah, I think he's saying 5-inch blade, my friend. If I know Kurt, that's exactly what he's saying. He's nonstop giant knife guy.
Jeremy said Ultim is the ugliest material on the planet. Looks like hardened piss. He ain't exactly wrong. I kind of like it. It's like an amber color. It's like honey. I think it's cool.
Ultim just needs to adjust from chemical pee to regular pee color.
Like hangover pee.
What are you doing? All right, she's here.
Hey.
Oh, it's on. I thought you had some on your iPad. Okay.
Nice.
Here, take an earbud. So you can actually.
Earwax all
it
over?
Probably does. You'll live through earwax. Just wipe it off then if you're worried. That rag is nastier than my ear. Look at this rag she's wiping it with.
It's fine.
And she's worried about my earwax.
I don't know. I think that's less dirty than you.
No. Oh goodness. So yeah, she's just started doing the iPad thing. But there's a ton on here I can see. So what is that guy? Remind me. I can't remember. Oh, that's the Vash guy, right?
Yep. Vash is standing.
Somebody said that in the chat a minute ago.
So this is a design.
Well, show it to the camera, not to me.
Hold on. There we go. So this one's like one of my designs that I did for I can't straighten it out. I'm bad at this. This is like a design for plush, basically.
She'd like to do a plush. I don't know.
A bunch of the people in the that show have been getting like all kinds of merchandise for it, and they make plushies for like the new version of the show which is like a remake of the show. This one is based off of the old version of the show, so it's like supposed to be something a little different. And
now he's riding some sort of something.
So there's a little creature. I can't.
Holy cow!
It's good.
Like, you got to get the glare off, but that one's like one of my sticker designs.
All right, I got to interrupt you for a second. Mrs. C just went crazy here. She just gifted 5 memberships. Mrs. C, thank you for doing that. She gave one to Thomas McDonald, to Dang Ross, to Dean Griffin, to Marco, and JD for EDC. If any of you guys haven't been a member before, send me an email, knivesfast@gmail.com, and I will send you some stickers, including a killer bunny. So let me know. If you're returning members, welcome back. Very cool. Thank you, Mrs. C, for doing that. Really cool.
You're better at
all right. So this is okay. So what is this called?
It's basically what is called a VTuber.
A VTuber,
which is like
okay. So this is her as a character.
So it's like VTubing is when you don't want to show your face on like a gaming stream or something like that. And you want to have something still so people have something to look at to represent you. So you make your own character that moves basically. So it would be rigged to move and follow like tracking on my face.
Oh. So it's animated. It's animated? So do you have to draw like sprites? And
for VTubing, what you have to do is you have to draw every single thing that you want to move individually. So let's say I wanted to have her hair move as a piece, instead of separating in layers based on the shading and highlights, I'd have to separate it based on pieces. So I'd have to just take the whole piece of hair with the highlights, the shadows, and everything, combine it into one piece, and have just one piece of the hair, and then one with another piece of the hair. And then when you rig it, it depends on if you're doing 2D or 3D. 3D is probably going to be more the sprite type of one, and then 2D is going to be more like it kind of moves with you. So the pieces will move when you rig it the right way.
Yeah.
What program do you draw all the different components in?
I'm using right now Procreate to draw most of my stuff on.
Yeah. My daughter uses it, Procreate.
Yeah, that's the one I like the most.
Yeah, it's augmented reality, Salamando. That's exactly right. Yep.
He's an artist, Salamando. He's been talking about it in the chat.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And like one of my friends.
There you go.
One of my friends has a character for some of their stuff, and I did like some just like quick little emotes for them. So these are like stuff people could send in the chat and stuff when they're streaming. So like, for example, he has like the killer bunny sticker, or like the one with the like grenade, stuff like that. So it's just like stuff like that. But yeah,
I dig it.
Very cool. Yeah, so she's learning the computer part of it, but doing I showed that one on your Instagram.
That one's my favorite.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, like her generation, even the kids that are younger than her in high school, middle school, like they're all going to have those avatars, and they're all going to be talking like it's going to look foreign as hell to you, Casey, in 10, 15 years.
I understand. Look at this suggestion right here, Ash. We need Ben to VTube in as Jack Wolf. That would be crazy.
Oh, man.
I don't know how we would pull that off, but
someone's got to. It's a lot of work because you got to draw the different stuff, like you were saying.
Yep.
You just got to deal with me, the real me.
Deal with Ben. Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Which, I mean, he probably hasn't mentioned it much, but I plan to sell a bunch of stickers and stuff. Like, you probably mentioned that much.
I did,
but I plan to make some
working
designs.
On it.
Some designs are going to be the more nerd style ones. Some of them are going to be kind of normal stuff that mom would like, or stuff like, you know, some of those people. But then I plan on making a bunch of knife related stickers because, you know, a lot of the people that know me or know him like knife stuff. So I got like, this is one of my like simple like early designs that I do. I haven't
Salamando says for you to just be a plumber instead.
Be a plumber? Nah. This is one of the designs that I made that I need to move to my iPad, but it's like just a bee. It's got like a knife instead of stinger.
I would do a sticker with that.
Yeah, it just says buzz off.
We could sell that to bees blades. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ash, I was telling your dad, like, if you want to do some work for me, I had some ideas. We could do a sticker that I give away to people. You know, I pay you for the design. I print the sticker. I just give them away when people order stuff from my website. Or if you want to do like something in the Ranger Eye format, which is a really cool format, just, you know what they are, right? The 1 inch by 1 inch squares.
These right.
They don't have to be square, but they're interesting because it's a format where you can't get super detailed because it's a mold.
Yeah.
You know, so you're limited to like your line weights, and you don't have shading, and you just have Pantone colors, but it's kind of cool. So like if you want to do a Ranger Eye and throw me some sketches, like I could do a Ranger Eye drop with your art. Like it'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to try out either of those. Definitely.
I love pie. Where did pie come from, Urban Woodsman? I'm confused.
Key lime pie.
I would like some pie right now. That would be very good. Ashlyn, do you have a jackalope killer bunny? No, I don't think we've done that.
I did something similar without the horns. Like I did like a jackalope that didn't have the horns. It was kind of like just a creepy looking bunny.
Gotcha. What number did I say? We're gonna use a regurgitated bunny tonight. She was busy. She's had a day. Her car fell apart, and I had to go change her tire. And then we only found out not only did the tire go flat, it disintegrated. And so yeah, we've had a day.
I mean, I'm out 2 tires, have to get a repair on the
long day.
The tie bar or whatever.
Tie
rod.
Yep.
I forgot what it was called.
Dude, why you got her driving a rust bucket, man? You got to hook her up.
It's an old car.
Literally.
I'm working, dude. I'm doing my best, man.
Plus, on top of that, I have to get an inspection and an oil change.
I got 4 kids, man. What do you want?
You.
I've been member of the Jack Attack pack. Ooh. Yeah, she'll come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked it, but what I was saying, and one of the things we're talking about is, do your style. I mean, again, obviously with a Ranger eye, you can't do quite as much, but I mean, this is a totally different vibe than Sean had. This is what started the conversation about art.
Yeah, that's a really cool design. He showed it to me the other day. I think my favorite thing is the sticker, though. The sticker that came with it.
The tiki mask.
Yep. Speaking of which, guys, Ben, whoever
KC.
Accidentally put 2 stickers in my tube, man.
There are no accidents, Casey.
Okay. So people one of them is being given away tonight. So
it's slap one, keep one.
Okay. All right. There are no accidents. You don't ever accidentally stick 2 stickers together.
Well, first of all, I don't do it. The place I do packaging does. But what I mean is, I laughed when I saw your review because I failed to tell you that I'm now including 2 stickers with every package because I get super annoyed that no one wants to use their stickers. I understand why, because they want to have a complete set. But it's like, slap that sticker. I'm like, all right, I'm giving you 2. I want to see stickers on water bottles. I want to see stickers on coolers.
Yeah, where's mine to put on my door, my sticker door?
Oh, great. Maybe I'm not giving it away. Sorry, guys.
Ash, if you send me an email, I'll mail you some stickers. And only Ash. No one else asked me. Can I tell you what happened the other day? Did you hear about my sticker saga?
No.
Oh, my God. Here's a story, guys. So I get this letter in the mail, handwritten calligraphy, right? Dude spent a lot of time with the calligraphy on the envelope, handwritten. Oh, dear Mr. Belkin, I'm a sticker collector and I have this great sticker collection for knives and I would love if you would send me some stickers. And I'm like, oh, that's super nice. Like this dude's probably just a retired guy on the Social Security or something. Can't afford the knife or something, but took his time to handwrite me a letter. I was all touched, right? So instead of giving him 1 sticker, I dig through everything and I try to find one of every sticker I ever had that I ever produced. And I wrote him a handwritten note back. Like I was touched. So I tried to return the favor. Like a week later, someone in my Jack Wolf Knives Facebook group posts a screenshot from eBay. He's like, dude, look at all these stickers I just bought. And I'm like, there's only one place that could have come from. I'm like, that guy hustled me, man. He freaking hustled me, and
that is awful.
I'm like, what?
That is awful. Ashlyn, do not put the stickers on eBay. No, they will be on her door.
I know.
Yeah, people joke about how they don't like to use their stickers. I'm not that person.
No.
I'd smack those stickers on the back of my door.
When she moves out of my house, she's buying a new door for her room.
I'm taking the door with me.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing with stickers. Sometimes you gotta leave them behind, depending on where you stuck them. But they don't do anything.
I'm taking the door with me. He can have a new door.
That freaking story is, have they sold is the question.
They sold. Dude, one of my guys in my group bought almost all of them. And I'm like, I'm glad you got them, dude, But I was pissed, man, because that's the kind of person who would do some shit. It's the kind of person who would take advantage of an elderly person, Like if you're willing to take advantage of someone like that, you're an X. I was mad. Dude, it's hard to get.
Well, Dang Ross sent you an email, so
yeah.
When you said don't, he immediately typed that.
I was so mad, Casey.
David Dooley says he's practicing his calligraphy now.
And then here's the funniest part. So I go to my office where me and Corey Dunlap share the space.
Yep.
Open the mailbox. This is before I figured out what he was up to, and he had one. A letter from the same guy.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, look, this dude wrote you a letter too, And then of course, I don't even have any stickers. I'm like, what about those magnets you made? He's like, I got one left that I kept for me. He's like, but I'll hook him up, And so after I figured out what was happening, the first thing I did, I'm like, please tell me you didn't send that guy that magnet. He's like, it's already gone. I'm like, shit. I'm like,
it's gonna be on eBay. You might want to share his name with me just in case.
If you get trust me, you're not going to get a lot of calligraphy letters. You know, he's in like Euless, Texas, and he's a schmuck. I was going to call his wife and tell her what an asshole her husband is. Like, I was on a rampage. I was trying to call him, call his wife, sending him messages on eBay. I was pissed, man. Like,
nice, High Tide. Thank you very much for spreading the word.
What did they go for? I think he was charging $5 a piece. Bastard.
$5 a sticker? Jeez.
$4 or $5.
Man. Oh god.
I mean, actually, that's not a horrible price.
No, it's not. If they're collectible stickers, right?
Well, I mean, if you're selling stickers on stuff like Redbubble or Etsy, I mean, stickers. Just one sticker typically costs.
Redbubble?
Yeah, that's a sticker.
Okay. I don't know.
Anyways, the stickers on there are going to be around
his wife said him
$5
straight.
to $10, $15.
I saw the listings, $13 and $5 a piece.
Yeah. I'm like, I basically wrote him a letter like, dude, you got you probably have like the best Jack Wolf sticker collection.
High Tide's got you, man.
Good, man.
High Tide's got you covered.
As much as like I want to be vindictive, I don't know, because you might go over there and punch him in the face, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to get sued.
Okay, it just happened.
He dropped the knife.
It just happened. I dropped my laid back, but on the carpet, so we're good.
Make sure you didn't bend the tiny tip on that thing. Was it closed?
No, it was closed. I didn't drop it like that. Go get him, High Tide. Exactly.
So violated, man. Because like I got it was my ego, of course, too. Like he got the best of me, and no one wants to get scammed.
Tim's got it. Punch him and just say, "You know why?" And walk away. That's good.
This is from Jack.
Well, he's probably done it to a lot. You should probably follow his account. He's got
a whole account full of knife company stickers. And I'm just like, this is really how you spend your time, bro. Like lying to people so you could sell stickers for $5. Fucking loser.
Whew. I got about 4 hours of sleep last night, so please pardon my yawning.
You need both, man.
I was up half the night. I literally, you know what, Ben? This is not a joke. So every Sunday night, I create the listing for the stream, and I send it out to anybody that's going to be a guest. About 4 a.m, I wake up, and I'm like, crap, I didn't make the listing. And I'm like, so I grab my phone and I put in a reminder for first thing this morning to do it. Couldn't go back to sleep. Laid there. That's all I thought about. I'm like, maybe I should just go out, get up and go do it. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Try to go back to sleep. Rolled and tossed and rolled. And then got rid of that, but other stuff's in my mind now. It's going everywhere. And I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
Did you ever get it done?
I did it at 8 o'clock this morning or whatever. And then as soon as I got it done, you called me. My car blew up.
My car.
And I don't know.
I was like, so good news.
Yeah, Jeremy doesn't sleep ever. By the way, one little note about this shaman that Tim sent me. When I reviewed a shaman before, I could not front flip it. This one right here, oh, look, I screwed it up. I can front flip the snot out of this thing. Of course, man, I swear to you, it's the whole on camera thing. She's jet streaming over here. So very cool. But all right, so let's go back. Hey, Trevor, let's go back and let's readjust, and then we'll do a giveaway here in just a minute, guys. And there will be a sticker in there, especially since Ben's gonna hook Ashlyn up with one. I'm gonna put that tiki sticker in there tonight, and Ben will get you one. Or you can have mine until he sends you one, or whatever you want to do. But guys, the laid back Jack, Ben, what do we need to know? Again, same dealer list. Wait, everybody say hello to T-Rex.
Hola.
So he had a real good friend getting a car wreck last week.
Oh, damn.
Really bad car wreck. And she got to go home today from the hospital. So he's been over at her house, and she's going to be all right. Just a tough situation. Really bad wreck. So yeah. Layback Jack this Friday, 2 p.m. at all the normal dealers. Are there any ads this time, Ben? There's not, are there?
No,
Nope.
pretty bad. You know, it's been we didn't have a drop last month, but we did have that sale and it went really well. You guys definitely took advantage of that opportunity, and I'm pleased, and so are my dealers. So that's good. And before that, it was a gunslinger. So it's been 90 days since we've had a slip joint. So hopefully you guys are get this slip joint itch. You'll find them at the dealers in the U.S. They all pretty much drop at the same time, except a couple.
We found him, Ben. We found him. We found him.
I know your address, Brian. It wasn't you, unless you have an alter ego. In fact, I would just, you know what, Brian, you would just ask me, and you know, you would have been straightforward. This guy hustled.
You would have been like, "Hey Ben, I want to sell a bunch of your stickers. Can you send them to me?"
Let's not talk about this tomorrow. My blood's gonna boil.
There you go.
Yeah. So thank you, Tim. So
greatest.
I've got an authorized dealer page on the website, and you find all the links there. You know, based on me reading the tea leaves, I think the purple ones are going to sell out pretty quick. So if you got your heart set on a purple, you probably want to try to just grab it on Friday. You know, I don't know. That's just my best guess. And
only exception to that is, will Urban EDC have some of these?
They will on the following Wednesday. That's right.
Following Wednesday. So if you miss out, you have one more shot. But
That's
again,
right.
they'll go really quick
I
too.
don't know. When I saw them, I said, "You better have picked the purple one."
She did. She said that.
I was like, "That's something you normally wouldn't pick." So I was like half expecting him not.
As soon
to
as
pick
I
it.
saw it, I knew that's the one.
He was
I gonna
unsure
pick.
for a little bit. He was hemming and hawing, and then he trusted his gut. It's usually the thing.
Well,
to do.
that's the funny thing is he like texted us. He had already made the decisions, but he texted us as if he hadn't made this decision yet. It was like, which one would y'all pick? And I'm just like, the purple one. And he goes, okay, good. That's the one I picked.
Now get this, Casey. For whatever reason, the international boxes this time, total headache. The one that went to France made it through no problem. The ones that went to Netherlands got returned, marked as not permissible for export. It's like, you're wrong. It is. I do it every month. You suck. And those boxes almost got lost, like completely lost. They provided me the labels, knives and tools in the Netherlands, and the return address was incomplete. It didn't have the street number. It just said North Hayden Road. And I'm like looking at the tracking, like, where the hell are these things? And on Friday, I get a call from like a random UPS driver at a random local number. Hey man, is this Ben? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I got these 2 boxes. We haven't been able to figure out where they're supposed to go. I'm like, isn't there a return address? He's like, it's incomplete. I'm like, I'm so glad you called me. Will you please drop them off at my box? He's like, yeah, totally. He's like, if you didn't answer the phone, these were going to such and such department. He's like, it's a black hole. And I was like, thank you for calling me, dude. Like, thank you for giving, enough of a damn to call me.
Giving care, right?
Because otherwise it's so easy to just be like, it's just another box, whatever, And then the one that went to England, up in the air right now, looks like customs seized it. So it's like, great. So I've got Frame Art Knives harassing them. I've been harassing them today. It's like, please don't seize those. Like, either return them to me or deliver them, but don't seize them,
Right.
So may not get the Netherlands drop on time, may not get the Frame Art Knives drop on time. That's all TBD. But I'm not
crazy.
It's frustrating.
And aren't these knives are completely legal in all those places, correct?
Dude, it's the same paperwork every single time. I'll put the same paperwork bundled together, and then sometimes they'll go right through. Sometimes they're like, you didn't provide any paperwork. It's like, yeah, right. I didn't provide any paperwork.
Right.
Gosh. So I don't know clearly the international customers appreciate it. You don't actually engage with them much, seeming ungrateful, but boy, is it a pain in the butt to get those knives over there, man.
Yeah. Which is why I'm not yet doing it. So kudos to you.
If and when you're ready, I'll teach you how to do it.
I know.
It's more about knowing how than actually doing it.
All right, Ben, you have a suggestion here from Byron, man.
Oh, yeah, I know. I would have hooked him up.
Yep. So real quick, guys, before this gets too far away, we are going to start working on the giveaway. U.S. mailing addresses only. Here is your information. I'll show you what you're gonna win in a little bit, but it's stuff and a knife and more stuff, and so there is your hashtag. So everybody start doing that in the chat. Hashtag Jack. And so what?
This is a lot more fun when you know how to do it right.
There you go. Yep.
With the flip.
See, Ashlyn gets it. Ashlyn knows how to actually use this low profile flipper.
I prefer flippers anyways because I can't middle finger flip.
Hey Ken, what's up, man? And thanks to everybody who's been in and out tonight. I'm sorry we didn't do a pocket check. You guys know I do that 85 or 90% of the time. So apologies for no pocket check, but Ben and I've been having fun, and Donnie. So, and Ashlyn now, and Trevor for a moment. So there's lots of Jacks in the chat.
I prefer flipper tabs. It's just easier for me to flip.
Gotcha. Well, you want to tell them I'll hold it up. But our bunny tonight is the backup bunny, which means I no longer have a backup.
I'll make you a new backup.
Okay, this is bunny number 56, the Killer Energizer bunny tonight. And so we have an Energizer bunny. Nice. And so that is your bunny for tonight. So there you go. Thank you for doing that. It's been sitting here for like 3 months, so I guess we'll give you a break.
Hey, it's better than the one you drew.
Well, Keith, I cannot confirm that your mom makes good pies unless she were to send me one. I don't know that I will put my name behind that. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm sure she makes great pies.
I said it was better than yours, at least.
So, Casey, my wife's from Texas, and
they
take pie making very, very seriously down there. Holy cow. I had no idea. Like family recipes handed down, coconut cream pies, pecan pies, all that stuff. And yeah, that's like, they don't mess around.
Yeah, I bet. There's another good suggestion.
Like Captain
Jack. Yeah, we're going to have a Captain Jack. Okay, apparently Keith is taking this seriously because he apparently texted me a picture of this pie that's so great from his mom.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna probably need to send a handwritten letter in your finest calligraphy. Beware heart-touching.
That's a good-looking pie. Beware.
I make the cherry pie bar.
Yeah, you guys said everybody bombard Keith with calligraphy letters asking for pie.
I make that cherry pie bar.
Yes, she does.
Those are my favorite.
Yep,
dessert.
Those are good. I will even eat them. They're gluten-free, but I eat them. They're good. They're very good. Yep. Hello, Kay Darish. Everybody say hello to Mom. All right, tell you what, Ben.
What?
Hopefully you're good to hang for a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and run through the giveaway stuff, if that's cool. So the giveaway swag pack is a little out of hand.
They keep getting bigger.
Yeah, they get bigger every week. So I actually found, and believe it or not, it's open, but that's okay, a pack of Desert Storm trading cards from Brian at Blue Creek Knives. So I found those. Those are in there. There's Big Red EDC in here, including his new, guys, if you haven't seen JB's new Saturday Night Live Ranger Eye, there you go, Ben. There's a Ranger Eye for you.
Nice.
That's that. I need to talk to you about patches. I had a guy working on them, and then he disappeared off the face of the earth. He was working on my art, and then he just disappeared. We got Work Knife Balance. We got Bees Blades, including a Keep a Band-Aid Handy sticker here. We got a Crispy Donut Community. I don't know. What is this? It's just some kind of rhino. We have a Crispy Donut Community Rhino patch. We have a Oh Father EDC patch here. Very cool. That's a Stitch patch. That thing is crazy. We have Mike Curtis. We have Big Red EDC. We have Bluminati Ninja, I think. We have Lefty. We have Kaiser. And of course, we have all of the bunch of SMKW stuff. And of course, we have all of the Knives Fast stickers, including the Killer Bunny. Yep, Killer Bunny sticker. And some Tempest stuff. And a Jack Wolf laid back Jack
I need to
sticker.
you a new Killer Bunny one with my new program.
Yep,
because
you do.
the old program
But
was,
I still have like 100 of them.
Yeah,
so.
the old program was kind of.
Yep, and this
Not
is Butter Knives Fast number 116. 116, signed by the Trev. The Trev. Is that a thing? Is he the Trev now?
The Trev.
What happened to the bunny?
It's in the bag.
Oh, you put it in the bag. See, don't be doing that. You'll get me all confused.
What is this?
All right, we have an Olight i3E. I keep giving away blue stuff. I got to stop it. I just need to amass all of the blue things. But this is the i3E EOS in Stellar Blue. We have a Tool Along Sloth multi-tool from Tim B. We have a friggin' awesome looking Hank here tonight from Issuing Stitches. If you guys remember, if you go to Issuing Stitches on Etsy, you can use code KnivesFast and get 10% off on all his Hanks. How about that crazy Hank, Ben? That's
cool.
That's a crazy one. And then your knife tonight. No, don't get that out. We're not giving away a Jack Wolf.
Am I not allowed to look at it?
Yeah, but don't confuse me.
Well,
it doesn't
confuse yourself.
Is the I can't get it out of the box.
That's cool.
The Glow Rhino Fermi, guys. This was sent to me by Anthony from Tactical Everyday Dad, who is now working with Glow Rhino. And of course, we're going to give this puppy away. It's got the what do you call it, Casey? Tritium on the sides and tritium on the thumb stud. And that is the knife we are giving away tonight. So there you go. That is the giveaway, not including the Jack Wolf Feel Good Jack. Laid Back Jack. Which, by the way, Ben, I had double Jack Wolf in the pocket today. I don't know if you noticed that. We had the Gunslinger in the pocket today, and we had down at the bottom of the pocket the Laid Back. Which I don't know if you've noticed looking at my posts, but this guy's in the pocket at least once or twice a week.
That's not...
Sorry. The Feel Good Jack. Thank you, Ashland. Smart Alec.
At least I know what the difference
probably
is.
My favorite at this point.
I'll tell you what, people, when they get their hands on those, they fall in love really fast with that knife. And I'm not like, you do not see of them. Like, I pay attention to the secondary market. I'm not seeing many of them come back up. It's like, wow, that one's a keeper for a lot of people. So
I think so. For me, it just, I love the way it carries. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels in hand.
There's something to say about that kind of thin, really sharp, straight edge. It's like a great little tool to have, you know?
Yep. Keith says so damn sharp it's scary. So there you go.
And it's amazing how a knife of that size just does just about everything you need a knife to do, you know?
Yep. And Ed, I don't think I've said hello to you or Gonzo and anybody else. Kyle Coonley. Definitely hello to all of you folks out there. Brett Ingram. Good to see all you folks. Thank you so much for being here.
I think honestly, my favorite, despite your favorite being that one, out of all the ones you've showed me and like handed to me to hold and all that stuff, I think I just really like the Gunslinger. Yep. I just personally just like it a lot.
What's not to like?
Yeah. Art wise too, I think I don't know. That's a hard decision. Do you have all your?
No, they're all in the closet in there. I don't have anywhere to display them. So
that's lame.
Well, look at my little corner of the world here. I need a spot to display them. I'm in the corner with shelves all over here full of knives and a floor over here full of knives.
I have the one that I have on my shelf.
Oh, Kyle, thank you very much for your kind words. I appreciate it. All right, tell you what, guys, we are at 96 in the chat and 74 in the giveaway. So I will give this like another minute. If you have not put Jack in the hashtag Jack with a capital J, exactly like you see it, you have 1 minute to do so, and then we will draw. Ben, what else am I missing about the drop or about the knife? What haven't we talked about? We kind of been all over the place.
The only other thing I would say is we have a giveaway running for that.
Oh, yes, I have that in my notes.
Dude, I'll tell you what's going on right now on Instagram. Oh my God. There's 2 fake Jack Wolf accounts, and they are contacting like everybody, telling them that they won and they just have to put in their credit card information. I mean, like super, super aggressive. It is so annoying. And like those people, they ruin everything, you know, because like no doubt they've gotten some people to fall for it because they keep doing it. And like, you know, people want to let me know, and I appreciate that. Like people are just looking out for you. But some days I'll get like 100, 150 DMs from people just like, hey, dude, did you know about this fake account? And it's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry they contacted you, you know? But I think after we announced the giveaway, they started telling people like within the first day they won, you know, and I probably had 200 messages that day. And it's like,
every
dude,
time I run a YouTube giveaway, they spam everybody. And that's why I don't go back and talk to people in the original post because
and it makes me not want to do the giveaway because it's like trying to manage all the DMs is a problem. I'm not going to ignore people. Like you took the time to write me a message, I'm going to respond to you, but I can't have these giveaways like literally, you know, stopping my productivity for 2 weeks, you know?
Yep, I agree.
Good Lord.
Scammers suck. You're right, Rusty.
I hate them. They're cancer of the world.
Yep, they are. And just to be clear, David Tooley, you're not entered in the giveaway with that hashtag. It's not the right one. But thank you for the effort.
Nice. That was a good hashtag.
Yep. And Keith's mom, hello, welcome, Mrs. Darish. I am so glad you're here, and I'm sure your pies are incredible. I just was being snarky to Keith. That's all. So there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and draw a winner and get that done. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Here we go. Let's see who our winner is. Who's it going to be, Ash?
Your mom.
My mom? Byron Kennedy is our winner. Byron, congratulations, man. Yes, I have your email. I mean, your address, I'm sure. But if you could please drop me an email, it just reminds me. It is so much easier for me when you do that. So knivesfast@gmail.com, Byron. Give me your name, your address, and that you won tonight, and we will get you taken care of. Just easier for my old head to remember if I get a fresh email. Y'all see, look at that.
You knocked into me.
Oh, Ben. All right, can we give him a preview of what's happening over here? We're not allowed to.
I mean, you can. It's not anything yet.
I know, but this just shows effort. This just shows effort. Hold on, let me get rid of this. What's that look like to you?
Very cool. That's a wolf, man.
Yeah, man. She's over here doodling wolves, so that's cool. Very, very cool. Did the chat die? Because oh Lord, it does this sometimes in
there hasn't been a new post for 3 minutes.
Yeah, the chat died, but thankfully I have the backup chat and I think it's working. Yep. So very cool. That is weird. Yeah, so in StreamYard it's not updating. There it goes.
There it goes.
Gosh, that is weird. It just stopped. So
this came out. You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, it's doing all kinds of weird things. So, they're saying it crapped out on them too. So
I'll tell you
that
what,
is weird.
Considering what StreamYard does, I'd say it works pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, holy cow, this thing works good, man. You know?
Yeah, it does for what it is and for it being totally cloud.
Yeah.
Everything is lives in the cloud, if you will. Hey, Andrew Hobbert.
Very
good
cool
to see you here. I've got Ben, you want to see a crazy looking knife? I got one of Andrew's knives here. Have you ever seen the Protect Godfather?
Oh, those are sweet.
This thing is huge.
I love the aesthetics. A little Vampire Jack-ish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see some of that. It's
cousins.
I mean, you want to talk pokey stabby. This is your pokey stabby right here.
That's a weapon. It's not a utility knife.
Yeah, I would say, and this is what they call ivory micarta, I believe, which is not made of ivory. It's ivory colored micarta, obviously. But really cool. Yeah, I've seen it happen before too, Jim, but it doesn't happen that often. And then this is, you want to talk about all kinds of knives for all kinds of people. This is the Amsler Hurricane Razor. It's literally a X-Acto knife meets a scalpel in MagnaCut.
That's cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a, I mean, what would you use it for? A box opener?
Yeah.
So any kind of utility task. But I just thought, so Andrew sent some really cool knives for sure. So thank you for that. Keeps the channel running, guys. I appreciate when folks do that for sure. Very cool. So yeah, so Byron, don't forget to send me that email. Ben, I hope again, I think you're right. I think purple will go first, and it's either going to be jig tie or wood. I think those will be the three somewhere up there, in my opinion. And then it'll be interesting, like you said. How does the plain tie do? It'll be really interesting to see. So
yeah, and are people are they tired of carbon fiber to the point where, because there's all these new choices, they're gonna avoid it, or what? I don't know. We'll see.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think anybody's tired of carbon fiber.
But one thing I've learned is they can only choose from the choices they're provided. So your feelings about these things are only relative to what else you have to choose from at that moment.
Gotcha.
And that's a weird thing to wrap your head around sometimes. Your preferences as a whole are different of your preferences when giving 4 or 5 things to choose from, because now it's just this comparative thing. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. That would be an interesting one. An operator is just basically a blacked out knife with tritium in it, usually, just like somebody would use for special ops or whatever, spec ops kind of thing. So that'd be an interesting vibe.
I have to think about where to put the tritium.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I actually asked Anthony if they could do a full tritium scale, and they could, but it would be so expensive nobody would want to buy it, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's why they always end up with these. Now, I did have something come in today.
Who's Anthony, by the way?
Sorry, Tactical Everyday Dad that used to have a YouTube channel, or it still does. He is working for Glow Rhino now.
Oh, I see.
Anthony is his name. But Urban EDC sent me this today, Ben. This is it's hard to see. It's a compass with a tritium block in it. You see down there?
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
It's not dark enough in here to tell. Maybe a little bit, but it's a Glow. It's got the Glow Rhino logo on the back of it, but it's from Urban EDC. It's a little like a keychain compass.
That's cool.
In aluminum. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it works. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys, we're gonna let Ben go. He's probably not even eating dinner yet. He just jumps on here with us. I love having you on here, man. I literally. When I keep saying there's going to come a point where you're not going to be able to surprise me, and it's not working for me. Because when I saw what it was going to be, what they were going to be, I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't see half of it coming. I did kind of see the jig tie coming. I thought you do that at some point. I hope.
Yeah, that's kind of the low-hanging fruit, right?
Yeah. But I didn't see this coming. I didn't see the hand satin blades coming. I didn't know what kind of, I knew you'd eventually do wood, but I didn't know what you'd finally tolerate, since you were like, oh, I'm just not sure about the shrinkage and everything else. So it just all caught me by surprise, every piece of it, except the fat carbon. But yeah, no, I love having Ben on. I hope you guys do as well. Thank you for being interactive in the chat. It helps a lot. Hey, Randy, it helps a lot. Makes this a whole lot of fun shrinkage. I knew. How did I know? Look, Matisfaction hasn't said Manufacturing hasn't said a thing in an hour. It said one thing, and I say shrinkage, and Manufacturing's in the chat saying shrinkage. So is everyone else, apparently.
Yeah, we all thought it when you said it, dude. And thanks, everybody. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Always a pleasure.
I seriously appreciate you being on here, guys. Don't forget. Okay, let's go through a couple of things. Number one, the Jack Wolf Layback Jacks this Friday at all the dealers. I will have a review up between now and Friday. I don't know what day I'm going to do it yet, but between now and Friday, I will have a review up. And in that review, in the description, you will see a link to Jack Wolf Knives Layback Jack page, and you will see a link to the dealer list. And then on the day of, you can look at my Instagram stories. I will share some of the links to some of the shops that I'm affiliated with. SMKW. Again, you can't get discounts. White Mountain, Traditional Pocket Knives, and you guys can use my links, and it will help the channel. Again, you're not going to get a discount at SMKW. You will get free shipping, but it will help the channel. So if you would consider doing that, I would appreciate it. And then Wednesday night, so 2 days earlier, the Jetstream pre-order closes at midnight on Wednesday. Ben, I've been saying midnight, but then the other day on my live stream, I said midnight or whenever Casey decides he's about to fall asleep. So if that happens to be 11:30, it may be that. So I would basically say go get your Jetstream between now and like 8 or 9 p.m. just to be safe on Wednesday. I'm leaving it open through Wednesday because I had several people tell me their payday is, I guess, tomorrow. So I left it open through one more payday, just in hopes of those folks who have been telling me they were waiting for a payday that I would hit the right payday for you. So that's what we're doing. And then maybe in about 2 months, we'll be seeing some Jetstreams in people's pockets. So that should be about right.
Right on, man.
So, yeah, really cool. But don't forget. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Thank you, Maddie. Also, you guys that have been following Sharif Manganis, he's finally worked through all his website issues. And on his website tomorrow, he's dropping the Kaimano. Matt, is that how you say it? I hope. The Kaimano. Really cool looking knife. So check it out. Tim, do you have Sharif's link? I'll wait a second just so we can put that up if you have it. Sharif's a really, Sharif Manganis.
Yeah, I met him at.
He's just such a cool dude. I'm glad to see him actually getting this thing out there. He's had a hard time with his website and a couple other things. So really happy for him to finally get it out there. Thanks for the reminder, Matt. So really cool. Oh, he's looking like a wolf now, Ben.
She knows what's up.
Yeah, we'll
appreciate the kind words, everybody in the chat. You guys are great. Always a pleasure to hang out with you. Let's see. Oh, nice.
He's looking more like a wolf.
It's
really doodly right now.
It's just a doodle.
Yep. So I haven't seen a link, but guys, you can find it. Just go look for Sharif on Instagram, and you can find the link to his website. If Tim may still drop it, but he may have actually left by now too. So it's okay. But Ben, thanks again, man. Sorry to hold you a little bit longer than I said, and I appreciate you. Look, I say it over and over again. Really happy for you, man. I mean, I know you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but just think it's so freaking cool how you've turned this into what you've turned it into. So really, really cool.
Well, I appreciate that, Casey, and I appreciate your support along the way and encouragement. It goes a long way. It really does.
I'm kind of an encouraging dude. At least I try to be.
Nice, man. It's nice. It's an emotional journey, and to have people kind of cheering you on, it helps you get through the tough times. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we don't always share all of the things that go on behind the scenes. I mean, I've got stories to tell that I haven't shared on here, and I know you do. So it's crazy. But it's always fun to see it actually start to hit and show it in people's pockets and show goobers like me showing them off. Because, ooh, very nice. Because it gives us, that's when your emotions are finally at the place you want them to be, when you're actually seeing them roll out and people are thank you, Tim. So that should be his YouTube, Real Sharif M. So check that out. And there should be a link somewhere around there. And Keith also put his Instagram. You should be able to find the link to his website, but I believe it's something like manganesteel.com or so. I don't know. It's something like that. I just wasn't sure. So, but thank you guys. If you can't find him, shoot me a direct message or an email and I will get you the link. Okay. I will make sure you get the link if you can't find it. All right, Ben, thank you again. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Tim, Stacy, and Keith and everybody else. Don't forget Layback Jacks on Friday. And Ben, I'm live at 1, so we'll do what we always do and stick around a few minutes after 2 just to make sure, just to show everybody where they're live. Tim always sits here and says they're live at SMKW and they're live here and they're live there, and so it's we have a lot of fun over here goofing off and doing that. So
right on.
We will do that Friday. So thank you guys again. And everybody have a good evening. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and on your way out and a comment. And thanks so much for watching. Say goodbye. Oh, okay.
Bye.
All right. The Knives Fast. Are you making fun of me?
The Knives Fast channel.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.